They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen brought to you by Woods Equipment Company. Has every tool you need to make working the land as rewarding as hunting it. L81 Bottling Company. Taste, love, and share the tradition. Kentucky Sheep and Goat Development Office. Try something different tonight. Housewarmings, the outdoor living and fireplace experts.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We are busier than bees, working on our fall lineup for you. We got some great stuff coming. You know what? We recently went to Alaska, and I am talking the trip of a lifetime. We did some salmon fishing. You know, you're supposed to eat salmon a couple times a week. It is great for you, omega-3s and other such stuff, which we'll talk about. But you know what? We got some great salmon recipes coming up and some salmon fishing. But you know what? Let's get back to Kentucky, get back to the kitchen, and let's do our first salmon recipe. This one is a doozy. All right, let's talk about salmon. I absolutely love salmon. If you are not a salmon fan, maybe try it different ways. This may be your way. I like it smoked. I like it every way in the world, but tonight we're gonna poach it. Now we're gonna make a sauce. Sauces are so important. It's more of a dipping sauce to spread on top of that, and it's so delicious. Let's start off with that. Here's our sauce, which we're gonna take this, mix it up, put it in the refrigerator and let it set while we're preparing our salmon. This is a really quick recipe. Doesn't take any time at all. I'm going to take about 1/4 cup of sour cream, maybe a little bit more, and about the same of mayonnaise. We got all kinds of stuff cooking behind us, so pay no mind to that. Now, I'm going to take some Dijon mustard, and I'm going to take about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons and put in there. That looks like about 2 tablespoons. Now, I would love to have some fresh dill, but I don't. I do have some dry dill. I'm going to put that in a minute. I'm going to take me about, a tablespoon of lemon juice and put in there. And then I'm going to follow up with about 2 teaspoons of dill. And that just really, when that salmon gets done, and again, it's going to be poached. Now, when you poach salmon this particular way, by the way, while you're doing this, preheat your oven to 400. When you're making it this particular way, you don't want to overdo it. And once we get that going, we're going to poach it for about 12 to 15 minutes at 400 degrees once we get preheated. Now that smells heavenly. It just goes so wonderfully with the salmon. You can get as much dill in there as you want. I like to see plenty of dill throughout as I mix it up. And we have had this numerous times. If it was up to Nikki, we'd have it like 3 times a week, which they say you're supposed to have salmon 2 to 3 times a week. for the health benefits, omega-3s and such. I'm gonna put just a little bit more because I like dill. Now that's what that's gonna look like. You wanna see your dill all the way through it, and that is just heavenly. I'm gonna take that. We'll be needing that here in a little while. Now that that's ready and rolling, we're going to prepare our salmon. Now this is quick and easy, and that's what I like about this. We got some Pacific salmon, wild caught. I'm going to take some ground black pepper. I'm going to spread liberally on there. Now that is skin on. Of course, skin side down, you know that. Put a little bit of sea salt on there. Now I've already got a little bit of water in my pan. I've got a rack in there. What I'm gonna do is pour a little bit of wine, not a lot. Now I'm gonna take this sumptuous piece of salmon. That is mine. Isn't that lovely looking right there? I'm gonna lay that across that rack just like such. And it's going to lay in there right above that water. And then that water and that wine, and then I'm going to cover that up. And that steam is going to roll up in there. And it's going to be heavenly. I'll keep the rest of that wine to have along with that. All right. Cover this up. Take it to the oven. All right, here's what I like along with my salmon. I like steamed broccoli and hay. I didn't grow any broccoli this year, so I went to the store and got me some organic broccoli. I know that it has not got anything that I wouldn't want to feed my family. And broccoli is good for you, and it's perfect with salmon. I'm gonna have me a little bit of wild rice along with that. And remember, as you're cooking your salmon, as you're poaching your salmon at 400 degrees, you don't want to get it too done. You don't want to get it all dry and flaky. You want to retain some of that nice pink color in the middle. And the dipping sauce is going to be absolutely delicious. Now look at that nice fresh broccoli right there. We're just going to steam that. You can't believe the flavor that stays in the broccoli if you just steam it. You don't need butter, you don't need anything. It is absolutely wonderful and much better for you. Well, let me get this steaming here. This will only take a minute. Now, the house smells delicious. I just went out to feed the bees. And look at here. Oh, look at that. Get me a spatula. Try to get it out of as much in one piece as I can. I might need Nikki's help on this. Let's see if I can get it. All right, let's see if we can work together. Slide this thing on this platter. Now that's what poached salmon should look like. Now, Nikki and I, when we are dining alone, a lot of times we'll put everything on one plate and share it. And this is going to be one of those situations. Now, hand me some broccoli over here, which has just been lightly. See how green it is? It retains, it's still a little bit crisp, and it still has all those good flavors. You talk about healthy. Organic broccoli, wild-caught salmon, wild rice. Now, here comes the yummy. And let me tell you what, it was healthy. Now it's going to be a little bit decadent. Because I'm going to take that, I'm going to put some of that on there just to get things started. Now that seems like a lot, and it is, but you know what? We love this recipe. Nikki would make me eat it every night. That's what it looks like. Nikki! Look here, it's your favorite dish.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the fork. Dig in. Poached salmon. It took me about 12, 13 minutes. Very little preparation time.
That's good.
Look at the inside of the salmon. Look at that right there. It's still so moist and so tasty, and I'm not using a fork. Is that terrible?
That's good. You outdid yourself. Very good.
Try this for your friends. Good healthy meal, and so you put that on top.
I like your sauce. Can we get more sauce?
How much you want?
Just like a whole, like a dipping pile.
I'm gonna put you a pile of it right here.
Your sauce is good.
You know, one rule of television is you're not supposed to talk about who's behind the camera. Obviously, somebody is. And everybody asks Kelly, who's running the camera. Do you get to eat?
Should we share tonight or not? This is only enough for 2.
Of course, Kelly can eat.
Kelly can eat.
And there it is, folks. Poached salmon. Quick and easy, good for you. I'd highly recommend it. Even if you don't like salmon, I bet you'd like this. You digging it, Nikki?
It's very good.
A lot of times I'll shop through the bargain rack at the meat stores, whether it's Kroger's or whatever, and I'll look for some meat that is just a little bit past its best buy date. Usually that meat has got another week or so. Don't pass it up. Recently I found some pork. I bought it, I ate it, and it was delicious. All right, tonight, this is so easy and so good. I mean, gee, it's probably one of the easiest things you do. Pork loin. I found this one on sale in the clearance rack at Kroger's. Now, people don't realize the sell-by date, that's just when it's supposedly at its best. But you can look at meat and see when it's good. This was in the sale rack. It was like $6 and something for 2 pieces of pork loin. And it was about the time that you're supposed to sell it, but it's got another week, another 2 weeks, and it's fine. Let me tell you how easy this is. I've taken this pan right here, put just a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna put some Dizzy Pig Dizzy Dust. It's a barbecue dry rub. And look, this is so simple and so good. You got some people coming over, you want something good, you want something quick. Now look at the size of this meat. It's not a huge, huge loin, it's a smaller loin. This one's split up into 2 pieces. I'm very generously coating this with my dry rub. One thing you do need is to get your grill, in my case, big green egg, up to about 350 degrees. Meat thermometer. Pork needs to get done. I don't like to get it just done. But you know, you need to get it up there. That's it. Pop it in your grill, it's already ready to go. Check it every now and then with your meat thermometer. Let's take it to the egg. All right, talk about quick and easy. Pork loin, I'm gonna put just a little bit of beer in here so we don't get any sticking going on. Now, I don't have to have a setter in there or anything because I've got this pan. There'll be no flare-ups. So I'm gonna put that right directly on the grill. I've been putting meat, I've had other meat on there earlier today. So this is so simple. Now, I'm gonna let that temperature, that meat, get up to about 145, 150. A lot of people recommend it a little higher than that, but again, this is the pork loin. There shouldn't be too much danger. If you wanna get it warmer than that, you can go 160. Even higher if you want it well done. So simple, so simple. I would start checking this at about 35 minutes and see where you're at. You walk away. Now, this is loin. Got a little barbecue taste. You can put barbecue sauce on it if you like. But again, we got this in the clearance rack. $6. Yeah.
I like the clearance.
$6. Mm-hmm. You take it, make a little simple gravy, a little cornstarch on your rice, We made this meal right here. Enough for 2 people, enough for 4 people, enough for 6 people. For what? About $7.
All right.
And guess what? Look at that.
How is it?
It's absolutely delicious. Not as tender as it can be. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
It's good.
Less than an hour. Good to go. We could feed 4 to 6 people. But I'm gonna eat it all.
You share with me.
Good job, Mrs. Farmer. Oh, actually, I'm gonna eat. Never mind.
Good job, Mr. Farmer.
Now, fall is finally upon us. We're getting some nice, cool mornings. The leaves are starting to change. It makes me think about getting out there and getting some meat in the freezer. One more thing it makes me think about is Nikki's famous pumpkin pie, not from a can, straight from the pumpkin.
Now, the great thing about fall, to me, is going out to your garden and you're bringing in the last of the vegetables. But man, I'm telling you what, the pumpkin patch has arrived.
Yeah,
the
it's
kids
so good.
brought in some pumpkins, and you know what? We're going to make pumpkin pie. Not the kind that comes out of a can,
Right.
but the real thing. Now, let's talk about what ingredients are in this.
That's really easy. What we're going to use, we're going to cut up a whole pumpkin, and we're going to use some condensed sweet milk, cinnamon, some salt, some ginger, and some nutmeg.
So really, all you got to do is cut your pumpkin up, get it ready for the oven. You're just going to cut it up. You're going to pull the seeds out, obviously.
Right.
Boil it.
Take the skins off.
Take the skins off. Mash it up. Put
Right.
your ingredients in. You'll tell us what those are, and then voila, we got pumpkin
It's like
pie.
making squash almost. Well, my grandma used to actually bake the whole pumpkin, and I don't want to do that because I want to do this quick. So if they just bring me pumpkin and say, "Hey, Grandma, let's cook a pie really quick," we're going to boil it and just cut the pieces and boil it real low, real quick. It's just like squash.
Right.
And mash it up, and then these are the only ingredients we need, and we're going to have us a pie.
So all we got here is pumpkins, a few
Right.
spices, and something to smash it up
Right.
with, and a pan of water in the background,
Right.
and we're going to have us a pumpkin pie and a pie crust that you meticulously made.
Yeah,
It
I
took
made
you
this.
hours to do
right.
that.
I cheated. I just bought one at the store.
All right, well, I'm going to stand back, and you go to slicing and dicing.
All right. It's kind of
We
messy.
almost got coffee brewed. Okay, now how much, once you've cooked it up and you've mashed it up to put in the pie, how much pumpkin do you need?
And probably 1 3/4 to 2 cups.
2 cups?
Probably close to 2 cups.
All right, so you want about 2 cups, and you get to where you can eyeball this stuff. A lot of people want very specific amounts. Well, this is exactly 2 cups, I guarantee it. Do you peel this outside stuff off?
You can, and I did something. I'm going to cut these actually a little bit smaller, but I might boil them. It comes out pretty easy. Once they start boiling, it just comes right off.
All right, we're getting our pumpkin cut up here. You're cutting the outside edge of it off.
Right.
Got us some water boiling back here, and you're gonna let this boil for what, about 20 minutes?
Probably 20 minutes, yeah. We'll test them in 20 minutes. They should be about perfect.
Then you mash them up.
We're going to mash them up like they're mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Put all our ingredients together. Now you can leave, some people leave the skins on when they boil them, and then you can just peel it out. But I like to do it this way. That way when we're done, we're just going to drain it and get her going.
Looks pretty simple to me.
It is pretty simple.
Making the final cut before they go to the stove.
Got one more here. Okay,
All right.
we're good.
Let's pack this over here. You got it?
I got it.
All right. To the stove we go.
All right.
There's our pumpkin.
All right. Now we could
Looks
use
good,
a
smells good.
mixer, but we're going to go ahead and do the old-fashioned way.
We're doing old-fashioned. We're doing grandma's way.
That's right. We're just going to mash these up.
Smashity smash. It smells really good. Oh, pumpkin's good for you too, by the way.
And this is about, I say this is about 2 cups in here
Okay.
of what we have. So we're going to go ahead and add some ingredients. You all right
And
with
so
that?
you did get a good mashity by,
Yeah,
by
just
about
by
20,
doing that.
20, 25 minutes.
Put an egg.
Did you pull out from under a chicken this morning?
Sure did. I'm going to put in an entire can of this Eagle brand sweet milk. That gives you all your, this is what makes it so easy.
All right, now I snuck over there while you weren't looking, and I preheated the oven to 350.
Perfect.
Because that's what you want.
Right.
So you added an egg, you added your
Eagle brand.
Eagle brand condensed, sweetened. That gives you some sugar too.
That's right.
Now what? How can I help you?
All right, ginger, we're gonna need about a quarter teaspoon, so give me
Quarter
about,
teaspoon?
Yeah, we're gonna do it our own here.
That's exactly a quarter
Perfect.
teaspoon.
Perfect.
And
A quarter of that, the nutmeg.
nutmeg.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's exactly
Perfect.
a quarter of that.
Perfect.
And
Now half a teaspoon of the cinnamon.
cinnamon.
Give us a little more of that. Perfect.
All right.
Good for good measure. And some salt, half a teaspoon of salt.
So, you know, you get your pumpkin pie spice, which I guess is just a combination of those.
Right.
How much salt?
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon.
And the Eagle brand, the real sweet
Ooh, that
melt.
smells good
That's
already.
what makes it so good. Just an egg. See how simple this is?
I like a little salt.
Good. Actually, you're going a little extra here on the salt. All right. And that's it. All right.
Then we pop that in the oven. Now, basically, how long do you have to let this cook?
We're
once
going
you
to give it about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah. Let's go
At
ahead.
350.
Right.
All right.
See, we might even have a little extra here. Let's just fill it up. And it may be perfect. And it's a little chunky, but that's good. I'm going to go ahead and put it all in there. And we're going to go ahead and cook that for an hour.
Now, you would think it looks all watery and stuff that it would, but it
It'll
firms
harden right up.
up.
It'll
doesn't it?
firm right up. And then get a little bit of pieces. So we use this instead, which if you like that, I kind of like it a little chunkier. Could use a mixer if you want to make it tighter, but all right, let's stick it in the oven.
And off to the oven. Okay, I've been looking at this plate for a long time, and there's a little. We're going to share the same fork?
Yeah,
Okay, you got your glove on?
I'm ready to get the pie.
Let's get the pie out of the oven. Oh my goodness,
Looks delicious.
it looks double nummy.
And it's very hot.
Let's let it cool down for just a minute, if possible. I don't know if I can stand it or not. We'll go ahead and cut it. Yeah. I'll just let it sit a few minutes. All right, we've let it sit a little bit. You want to cut it? You're probably a better pie cutter than I am.
Just cut you a slice right out of the
Cut me
middle.
a slice.
We forgot our ice cream.
That's all right.
All right.
And this is the rewarding part about having a little garden. And it's so easy to grow pumpkins. You know, a lot of people, you know, really, so I've heard of people feeding them buttermilk and all kinds of crazy stuff. But you know what? When you grow something out of your garden, you do it yourself, my mouth is watering. It's really
There you go.
rewarding
See what you think.
to grow your own
Be
stuff.
honest.
You want the first bite?
You get to. See if you
I
like
get the
it.
first bite? I'm going to take a big one then. Oh, wow. That smells good.
Good try.
Man, the taste, the flavor just jumps out. It's just fresh.
You can tell it's fresh. That's good.
You know what? I'm gonna have some more of that. You know what? Again, go to your local farmer's market. Find some place that sells pumpkins. Go grab you a pumpkin out of the field. Take your babies with you. Take your grandbabies with you. Take your kids with you. Have fun. Show them how to get something out of a garden situation, and take it home. Make it yourself. Pumpkin pie. I think I might cry.
That is really good.
Now, don't forget to check out our Facebook page, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Like it. Also, check out timfarmerscountrykitchen.com for some recipes you may have never seen before and catch up on segments you haven't seen as well. Also, keep track of our movements through our Facebook page. We're going to be all over the place doing festivals and around the state of Kentucky. Hope to see you out and about. Until next week, it's all about good times, good friends, and good eats. See you next week.
Special thanks to Bayou Bluegrass Catering and Weisenberger Mill.